Hey Flosstube! I'm less enthusiastic because I thought I just recorded this video and it turns out I didn't press the button, so yeah. But welcome back. Happy Thanksgiving to all of my fellow Canadian Flosstubers and viewers and friends and everyone. I don't have any family here in Thanksgiving in Newfoundland. So I didn't do anything. I've just been chilling, hanging with my cats, stitching, crafting, house cleaning, all that fun stuff. But one of my coworkers brought me a plate of Jig's dinner. For those of you that don't know, Jig's dinner is a Newfoundland tradition. It's like Sunday roast, basically. But they call it Jig's dinner. I don't know the origins of why it's called Jig's dinner. I'll look that up, but and you can look it up too. But anyways, Jig's dinner consists of like turkey or chicken. You've got your salt beef, which is a Newfoundland delicacy. Sorry about my hair. Oh. Anyway, stuffing, potatoes, and collard greens, and all of your root veggies. So carrots, turnips, parsnips, cabbage, things like that. Newfoundland is very well known for its root vegetables. It's basically all that really grows here. There's a reason this place is called The Rock. The soil is not conducive to growing, certain vegetables and fruits. So here's my mug today. Sorry, I feel like I've already showed you guys everything, but I haven't because I didn't record. My mom got that for me at Winners or Marshalls last year, and I love it. So yeah, my coworker brought me a plate of Jig's dinner, and I've had Jig's dinner 3 times since moving here, and all 3 times someone I know has brought me a plate of Jig's dinner. I've never had it myself, but people here are just, I think that's just the kind of people Newfoundlanders are. They are the kind of people who will drop off a plate of Jig's dinner to somebody or invite them over or whatever, because they know that they don't have anyone to spend the holiday with. So it's just, people here are lovely, and I think Jig's dinner is the epitome of what a Newfoundlander is, and the fact that they are willing to share their hard work and their hard-earned money on, giving someone a plate of food. Oh, my cat scratched me. Anywho, so that's what I've been doing. I'm shedding also. I do have a couple of shout outs that I've written on this teeny tiny piece of paper. First off, I had a question on one of my previous videos from a fellow Canadian viewer, Vicky Pickstock from Napanee, Ontario. Hi, Vicky. She asked me how I dye my fabric, because she hasn't been able to find fabric dye where she is. I don't use fabric dye. I coffee and tea dye. I use blueberries and raspberries and cranberry juice. I use black turtle beans if I want like a blue or gray fabric. So I don't use fabric dye. I use natural ingredients. And what I do is I just boil it down, and I take that liquid, which is, colored, and I dunk my fabric in that. So if that's not something that you're interested in, maybe Amazon sells fabric dye. I don't know if Michael's does, but I guess any craft store, really. I mean, I found fabric dye at Dollarama. Not that I would want to use it, but in a pinch, I have seen it there. So, Vicky, I hope that answers your question, and thanks for asking, and thanks for watching me. I have some shout outs. I've been watching some new to me people, and so I think I've mentioned them before, but Basic Stitches, it's a mother-daughter duo, and sometimes they bring the rest of their family into it. So it's Jamie and Jordan, and they're awesome, and they stitch really lovely things, mostly on Ada as well. So hello, fella Ada Stitchers. Fellow, whatever. I just started watching, I know I'm late to the show, the Joan and Kelly show, so made by Mama Joan and Kelly Stadola. I hope I said that right. I've just started watching them, and they are awesome, and oh my god, I wish I had enough money to buy a Bitsy Bob and project bags from the two of them, because, oh, they do beautiful stuff. Fat Cat Flossing, who has been watching me and commenting, and I have followed her on Facebook, and I have just started watching her her videos. Sorry, I have to turn my phone on silent. And Laura Reed, I think it's Slovak Farm, Laura Reed, has been commenting on all of my videos, and I follow her on Instagram as well, so thank you, Laura. Creativity by Gidge has also been commenting, and I also follow her on Facebook, so hey! And last but not least, Julie, Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World. Oh my gosh, we have so much in common, and I think we're just like kindred spirits. She's hilarious. She got me hooked on, or influenced me to join the Works by Jane Austen Sal, which is it's a Facebook group, and Stitch Along, and I bought it, and it's all her fault. And also, she convinced me to subscribe to the Punch Needle and Primitive, sorry, my hair. Ugh. Anyway, Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, which I did, and you'll see that in haul later. So those are my shout outs. Hey! Thanks for all the love. Thanks for watching, following, subscribing, blah, blah, blah. Love it. Let's see. What next? FFOs. I have but one FFO. I have been so busy the past few weeks with work that I haven't had a lot of time to stitch, which is disappointing. So that's all I want to do. Stitch and cuddle my cats. But I did FFO this guy. And this is Pump Kit from the Halloween issue of just Cross Stitch Magazine. I thought I had the pattern up here. I do. It's behind you guys. It's by Elizabeth Spurlock of Saving Grace's Fine Needle Arts. And do you guys notice anything missing on this piece? I didn't at first. My dad did when I showed him on FaceTime. He's like, that's a really cute cat. It's missing whiskers. And I was like, oh man! It's missing its whiskers. It has the whiskers in the pattern. I just totally forgot to do it. That's how much I like back stitching, guys. That is how much I like back stitching. I mean, I did it on the pumpkin stem. Anyways, this was stitched on 14 count Aida that I dyed with blueberries. And I love it. It's slightly mottled. It's also slightly wrinkled. I don't care though. I used some vintage buttons that my mom sent me from her stash. I used some just fall leaves, and I made this bow myself. Stuck it on. This is just a frame that was in a 3-pack my mom sent me. She found it at the thrift store. The 3-pack of frames was actually from IKEA. Actually, no, she didn't get this from the thrift store. She got them from the as-is section at IKEA. She loves going to the as-is section. That's our first stop when we go to IKEA. There's no IKEA here in Newfoundland. I'm talking about back in Ontario. Boo. Anyway, so this is my only FFO. But I love it. Maybe one day I'll get to painting the frame, but I kind of like it just plain wood. So, and then I have one finish, and I finally finished. This took me way longer than anticipated. With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais, October Wordplay. Love it. And here is my finished piece. This is coffee dyed 18 count Aida. I used none of the called for threads because I didn't have them. There we go. Just this is a mix of DMC and Valdani Fancy Floss. And I also sewed the witch here. I changed from having peach skin to green. Make it more witchy. Because the peach was only used for the witch's face and hand and her little ankles. And so instead I just used the green that's already used in the pumpkin stems and the tree. I love this tree in the cauldron. It's probably one of my favorite bits. Like this little area right here would look really cute as an ornament or something. Yeah, so I changed her to green. And I like it. So, yeah, I sort of know how I want to finish it, but not quite yet. I do want to have it finished. Sorry, my nose. Like fully finished for Halloween. I just have to find the time. There's not a lot of time. Oh my god. No time. So whips, like I said, most of my time was spent finishing this. And I've sort of put a lot of my current whips on hold because I want to finish up some Halloween fall stitching. And so, let's see, what have I been working on since the last time we talked? Not a lot, to be honest. The October wordplay. Woo! And Mr. and Mrs. Delicious by Lindy Stitches. I love these guys. I'm working on Mrs. Delicious, and I am stitching them together, like side by side, so that they're facing each other. So I started on the Mrs. His ladies first. And that's how far I've gotten. I had done the white first because I bought all of the fancy flosses except for Gentle Art Oatmeal. I'm just using white, DMC white. She's missing her eyeball in her face because I haven't gotten to that color yet, but I'm working on her. I love her. She's super cute. So I placed an order through 123 Stitch, which you'll see later on, but I also bought all the fancy flosses needed for that pattern. There were 2 that were out of stock, which was Gentle Arts Crystal Lake. So instead I got, which is the blue for their faces, instead I got old blue paint. And my thing broke, so I had to use the top one. That was my fault. I ripped it. I was too excited. And they were out of Gentle Art Onyx. So I bought some Hex Sticks instead. So hopefully that'll work out. And I didn't have DMC 743, which was for the feet and beaks, so I'm using 972. It's a little bit more mustardy and slightly orange, but oh well, use what you got. So that's what I'm doing. And I'll show you one more time. This is on 18 count Aida that I coffee dyed. And I love it. Love, love, love it. I think I'm going to take off the words and the bottom borders and just leave it. Like take that off. Just leave it like that. But I haven't decided yet. And that is for the Turkey Sal, hashtag Turkey Sal, S-A-L, on Instagram, as well as the hashtag Delicious Sal. I'm doing that for. I love them. I love them so much. And then last but not least, I started, oh, here it is, Jack and the Cats by Primitive Acorns. I showed you guys this in my haul last video, and I started it last night. So this is my progress. It's just the top part of the border and the acorns. Super cute. I'm really happy with that. Again, this is on 18 count coffee dyed Aida. It's very Halloween-y, autumn-y. I love this cat hanging upside down. And there's 2 spiders here and here, and nope, not doing them. So those are my only whips. I might have worked a little bit more on Plum Street Samplers Autumn U, but I'm not going to bring it up. It was minimal. That's going to take like 5 years to do. I don't know. I look at it and I look at it and it's so overwhelming because it's not full coverage and it's not big, but I don't know, it is to me. It is to me. All right, moving on. I've got some haul. So like I said, I placed my first order with 123stitch.com. Love it. Will do again. 12 out of 10 would recommend. Although they were out of some of the fancy flosses, but whatever. That's not their fault. Just means that they're busy, which is good for them. So I bought all the fancy flosses for Mr. and Mrs. Delicious. And I bought some charts as well. Up the first one up. My first Lizzie Kate pattern purchase. I have stitched a Lizzie Kate. It was the All Hallows Eve freebie Halloween ornament. But this is my first chart purchase from Lizzie Kate. And it's kitty string, obviously. I love it. I'm going to have to find a way to see if I can make this guy a tuxedo cat. The orange kitty, my first kitty, when I was 5, was an orange cat. His name was Whiskey. I named him. I didn't know that whiskey was alcohol when I was 5. At least I hope I don't. I hope I didn't know that. I think I heard it I kept hearing it on a commercial on the radio for like a club. And when I was 5, I was also heavily into Barney the dinosaur. And this one episode, Barney got a cat and named it Whiskers. And I was like, well, I want to name my cat. I want a cat, but I want to name it something like Whiskers, but not actually Whiskers, because, like, I don't want to conform too much, said my 5-year-old self. So my parents got me a cat. He was an orange tabby. I named him Whiskey. So it's fitting, but also, I don't know what my parents were thinking. Anyway, he was my best friend. He was almost 17 when he died. He had really bad kidney disease, and it broke my heart. I was heavily depressed for years. I was about 21, and it still breaks my heart. He was my best friend. So anyway, long story short, I'm keeping the orange kitty, and I'm gonna see if I can make this one a tuxie. A tuxedo kitty, like my Jar Jar and Sammy. Jarvis, sorry. Sometimes I nickname him Jar Jar. Or one of my nieces likes to call Jarvis Jar Jar Sparkle, because she's 7. But yeah, so I'm going to see if I can change it to a tuxedo cat. Next we have Little House Needleworks, Louise and Henry. This has been on my wish list since I started having a wish list. Partly because there's a shoot, and sorry, they're vacuuming out in the hall, and sunflowers, which I love, and also Louise is my favorite girl's name, Henry is my favorite boy's name, so it's perfect. So excited to have that, and it'll probably be a new year, closer to spring start for me. I got a couple of Prairie Schoolers, a couple of the witches, Miss Fortune and Night Flight. I will not start these this year. This is a next year start. Where am I here? Ooh. Ooh. I just had a shower and my hair's like, I'm gonna do whatever. But I love them. They're super cute. How big are they? Does it say 75 by 97? Oh, they're both 75 by 97. There's a couple of these. A few different ones. Last but not least from my 123 Stitch haul is Birds of a Feather bird sampler. Love it. Birds everywhere. I love birds. Birds, birds, birds. I'm surprised that Michelle, Bendy Stitchy, doesn't have this one. Maybe she does. But if not, Michelle, you should get it. I want to enable you for once. I'm joking. I love you. So that is it from 1, 2, 3 Stitch, but that's not it for haul. Oh no. Oh no. I got a couple more patterns from Kathy Barrick. She has her own Etsy shop, and she's been retiring some of her designs, so I got a couple. This is Pennsylvania Fractor. I love that this girl's name was Catherine Birdwell. I don't know if this is a reproduction or if this is an original, but it's pretty big. So what I think I'm going to do is stitch some of these birds individually using some Christmas colors and make them into ornaments, because they're all individual, they're all different, they have different crowns, different flowers, different designs on their bodies. I think they would be so cute. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Stay tuned, watch this space. And the other one I got is Time Enough, and sorry, cat hair in my mouth. Anyway, I love it. There's time enough, but none to spare, so use it wisely and with good care. So the only thing that I would change is I don't think I'm going to fill in the pie crusts. But I love it, and I love the colors. I love the saying. Love, love, love. Love Kathy Barrick. And then I had been stocking the magazine shelves of Walmart, and I finally found the Christmas ornament edition. So I bought it, and I have already marked which ones I want to do. I think most of you have seen this already. I'll just show you a few of my favorites that don't also have the pattern, so I'm not like breaking the rules and you have to like murder me. This one is Christmas Helpers. I think it's Swallick Stitchery. There we go. I'm sorry, I'm making sure we're still recording because I am not recording this again. So cute. There's a sheep and a cat and a bull and a cardinal. 2 cardinals. 3 cardinals. How many cardinals? The video in which Deanna learns how to count. So yeah, so that's one of them. There's also a great one. Speaking of Jane Austen Sal, there's Merry Birthday Jane Austen. So I have not printed out the chart, but I did purchase the chart through the Facebook group, which is Works by Jane Austen Sal, S-A-L. And there's instructions on how you can get the chart there. The woman who designed it, her name is Lee, and she's really lovely and very fast and efficient in getting your chart to you and making sure that you know what to do. So I haven't printed it out and I haven't started it yet because I need to kit it up. And that was the fault of Julie, Kansas City girl in Colorado world. She is also to blame for me subscribing to Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. I did the online subscription because you got all of this year's issues plus 2017's issues, and so that was sort of a no-brainer. My mom's trying to FaceTime me. Sorry, Mom, I'll call you back in a bit. This is the most recent, the 2018 fall issue. So cute. So cute. So one I really want to start is this one, Witch Ride by Barbara Anna. Michelle Bendy just finished it, and I'm obsessed. I think Barbara Anna has a pattern in pretty much every issue of Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher. So yeah, that's my haul. I think I mentioned last week that, or last video, that my grant had gone through, and so I would be employed for the next year. There's a lot of red tape and bureaucratic BS that has gone on since then, so still up in the air, but we're working on it. So it's been a stressful time, but I have been working my butt off. Love my job. I get to do something new every day, and this is what I want to do, even though I know there's no money and very few prospects. If you love what you do, do it. I don't want a job just to make money. I want to enjoy myself, and I want to feel fulfilled, and working in a museum gives me that. So I feel like everything will work out, but it's been a stressful time, and it's also been very busy, which is good, but I've been feeling a little bit down in the dumps lately and just blah. So I don't know. We'll see. It's Thanksgiving, and I'm thankful for a lot of things in my life, including all of you lovely people, both on Flosstube and on Instagram. I'm thankful for my friends and my family. I'm thankful for my 2 Tuxie twins, one of whom is sleeping right there on my stitching chair. And I'm thankful that, you know, right now I get to do what I love. So, happy Thanksgiving, fellow Canadians. Happy Monday, everyone else. And thank you so much for being the lovely people that you are. Toodles!